Hello everyone, let's look at merge intervals. The problem statement is we are given an array of intervals. For individual element, it's also an array. First element is start, second element is end. We need to merge all overlapping intervals and then return an array of non-overlapping intervals that cover all the intervals in the input. Let's look at an example here. We have 1, 3, 2, 6, 8, 10, 15, 18. The output will be 1, 6, 8, 10, 15, 18 because interval 1, 3 and 2, 6, they merge into 1, 6. For this problem, we can simply sort the interval and then compare the end value of the current interval and the start value of the next interval. For example, 3 is larger than 2, so we can merge these two intervals. Let's look at the code implementation. First, we can check the input length. If the input length is simply 1, then we return the input interval. And then, we sort the interval based on its first value. Then we have a variable to track the current interval. Initial value is the first interval. And the return array, initially we push the first interval in. Then we can start our loop. The start index is 1 because the first interval, index 0, is already in our result. Then, let's get the right value for the current interval. And then, we deconstruct the next interval, the left value and its right value, and then we do the comparison. If the current right value is greater or equal than the next left value, then we expand our current interval right side to the maximum value of them too. So the statement here means if the current right is greater than next left, then we need to expand our current interval on the right side. What's the right side value? It will be either current right or next right, depends on which is larger. After this, we update our current interval. If this is not the case, and then we can simply push the interval in our result. And then we update our current interval. And in the end, after the loop, we can return our result. Let's submit. It looks good. Let's look at the complexity here. For time, when we do the sort, the complexity is O of n multiplied log n. And when we do the loop, the complexity is n. That n represents the length of the input interval. So in general, the time complexity is n multiplied log n. Let's look at space. Space refers to the size of our result. In general, this size is smaller than the length of the intervals, so it should be O of log n. Thank you for watching. If you have any question, please leave a comment below.